This year, the Chinese Indonesians celebrate the Chinese New Year on February 1st. The Chinese New Year celebration in Indonesia has a long history, from being banned nationwide to being recognized as a national holiday. The Chinese New Year, also known as the Spring Festival, can be traced back to 3,500 years ago during the Shang Dynasty. The myth surrounding Chinese New Year involves a mythical beast named Nian who was said to eat livestock, crops, and even people during the New Year. Eventually, a wise old man figured out that the beast was afraid of loud noises and the color red. And so, the people put up red lanterns and scrolls and crackled bamboo to scare off Nian. In reality, the New Year is a time to celebrate harvest, worship the gods, and ask for good harvest in the coming year. During the colonial era in the 17th century, there was already a sizable Chinese community in what was then called the Dutch East Indies. The Chinese population celebrated the Chinese New Year, although at a limited capacity, as the Dutch imposed restrictions on the festivities. It wasn't until the Japanese occupied Indonesia that the Chinese diaspora was able to openly celebrate Chinese New Year. This is because of Japan's effort to position itself as the champion of the people of Asia. As Indonesia declared its independence and Sukarno became the nation's first president, the Chinese Indonesian population was granted permission to continue Chinese New Year celebrations. Not only that, Sukarno also made Chinese New Year Qingming Festival, Confucius' birth and death, into national holidays. The pandering to the Chinese diaspora was done partly for political reasons, as Sukarno was hoping to establish friendly relations with China at the time. Growing anti-communist sentiment during the reign of Suharto affected the Chinese Indonesian community greatly. In 1967, a law was passed that prohibited any form of Chinese traditional and religious celebrations from being celebrated openly. The lion dance and liang liang were also prohibited from being performed in public, forcing Chinese Indonesians to celebrate privately. After the downfall of the new order, Chinese Indonesians slowly but surely were given back the freedom to celebrate their culture. Firstly, in the year of 2000, President Abdurrahman Wahid revoked the 1967 law and allowed the Chinese Indonesian community to once again celebrate their culture. And finally, in 2002, President Megawati declared Chinese New Year as a national holiday. Today, Chinese New Year is an open celebration of Chinese culture, marked with festive decorations, family gatherings, lion dance performances, fireworks, and most importantly, a show of respect to the Chinese Indonesian population who've left a considerable mark in the story of the nation. Arya Siddhartha and Andre Saputra for See Today.